Hi guys, this is Miss K with GCRC, and today I wanted to work on some rocks with you and how to paint them. So I have these rocks that I found in my storage of my house. I'm not sure if they were used for like an aquarium or fish or something like that, but I decided to paint them using some fun colors. So I have like this one done in like just different colors from the wheel. I have like a light green, a dark green, reds and orange, some blues which are really dark on there. But I wanted to paint this one with you today, so we could, just kind of have, you could have an idea of something that you can paint. This one I painted in a symmetrical, circular, dotted fashion. And this is the next one that I'm going to do, so let's get prepared. I didn't have a little cup of water with me, so I just made some, a little cap or a little holder for water out of tin foil or aluminum foil. You can use that as well. And I have all of my colors here that I'm going to use on a piece of tin foil as well. I like tin foil because it keeps the color, very vibrant when I'm looking at it, and then I can, if I mix the color on here, I can see what the color looks like. So I've decided to, and I have a small paintbrush. It's not like a great paintbrush, it's just thin, it's very small, so that'll work really well for us. So let me tell you about the idea that I wanted to do for this one. I wanted to make like a little sunny island with a palm tree at the top and a blue sky in the background and then some waves here. So the first thing I'm going to do is wet my paint a little bit. And the best way to do that is just take your paintbrush and then dab a little bit of water on each, area. You can use your finger if you wanted, to just like get a good thing of water on there, and that'll just loosen the acrylic paint. I'm using these acrylic paints, but you can use, the ones that come in the bottle or something like that. You don't want to use watercolor because watercolor will just kind of wash right off. So for the waves, I'm going to use a little bit of white. Take some more. You can see that right there. And then I'm going to grab, a little bit of blue. So I'll grab some blue in here. And we can darken it up as we go, but I think this is a pretty good color to start with. If you want like a little bit more green in it, you can add a little green and that'll give you like a sea color. That might look especially good with the difference of the waves and the sky. So once I have that color, I'm just going to add a little bit more water, make it a little fluid, and then I'm going to start painting. So I want to go this way on the rock because it looks like waves, and then I can put my island in the middle. So I'm going to just color all of this, that color. Get a couple more strokes on here. And then once I have that part done, I'm going to follow up with darkening the color. So add a little bit more blue. You always want to add blue to the white. You don't want to add white to the blue. Otherwise, it's going to take forever to get the right color. The lighter the color, the more you want to start with that light color and then add a darker color to it. So that's a little bit darker. I'll put a couple different strokes on here like that. And then let's add a little of this blue and a little more of this green, and it should start to turn a little teal. Remember, if it starts to get hard, add a little bit more water to it, a little bit more green. Alright, once I got that color pretty sorted, and you don't have to have the best colors in here. If they're not really vibrant, you can paint them more than once. Sometimes you'll be able to see the color in the background. And don't worry about how perfect your lines are. These little paintings come out really nice when they're a little bit messy. All right, let's add a little bit more blue and a little bit more teal. All right, fill in this hole right here. Add some color. Alright, and then I'm just going to add a little splash of white along the tops here. Make it look, you know, like some rocky waves. Alright, I got my water done. Okay, next I'm going to do my sky background, and for that one I'm going to start again with some white. I'll move this white out of the way and I'll just use this, and I'm going to use one of these blues. Doesn't really matter what blue you use, but remember, for the sky, don't add any green colors to it. You don't want to make the sky teal. You want to make it, you know, a very light blue. Alright, it looks pretty good. I'll add a little water to it, get it a little fluid. Alright, now for this, I'm going to leave the area in the middle where I want to have my palm tree and my little island. And it's okay if they're not, you know, like perfect lines, because you're going to color over it eventually when you do your little palm tree outline. And you can see that if my color is too wet, it actually doesn't show up very well. It'll start to run around the edges. So just fill in this line as best you can. Fill in this whole area. Great. And again, don't worry if it's not perfect, because afterwards you can go in and finish it, give it finishing touches. Okay, next I'm going to make sure I wash off my brush, and I'm going to add my sand. I'm going to use this ochre yellow, which is just kind of like a brownish yellow, I guess. Get that color on there. It seems to be a little light. Okay, wipe off my color. Next, I'm going to use a brown. I like this like reddish light brown. A little bit of this. It's going to be my palm tree trunk. Mix in that color there. Okay, and last I'm going to do my trees. I'm going to do a dark green, and then I'm going to add the light green over it. Oops. If you get your hands a little messy, don't worry, you can always get up and wash them afterwards. And give this guy a couple of different leaves. It's okay if you paint over some of the sky, it's totally normal. Alright, and then I don't even need to wash off my brush because it's still green. I'm going to add a couple different, just little flares on the tree, give it a little highlight. And last, why don't we add just a little bit of cloud to the sky. If you use something underneath your work area station, then you won't get your table or anything like that dirty. Right? And we're just going to put some puffy clouds in the sky. Remember, they don't have to be perfect. Just a little bit here and there. Yep, and now you have your very own desert island tree on a rock. Okay, show me some pictures, show me what you did at home, and have fun doing it, and hopefully, you know, I'll see what you got done, and I'll be able to comment on it. I'm excited. All right, have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.